Hi, it's Gini Cagle, Artist in Residence for Imagine Crafts. I will be showing you how to use the StazOn Studio Glazes to transform a plain glass bottle into a beautiful altered art piece. Start looking at your recyclables for glass bottles with interesting shapes or sizes. After you have cleaned your bottle to remove any labels, start tapping on StazOn Studio Glaze. And for this first layer, I'm using the gold. The StazOn Studio Glaze were created to work on glass without the product having to be heat set or fired. And it's a transparent glaze, so you're going to build up layers of color. Here you can see the nice coverage, but you can also tell there's still some transparency there. Now to start antiquing the look, we're going to use two shades of the brown StazOn Studio Glaze. And I am using the Ganache and Spiced Kai. And here you can see how much depth is already added. I'm going to continue adding colors. This time it's going to be some greens, and I'm using the Cactus Green and Emerald City and still just continuing to dab on the color using the ink blusher. And you're going to want to make sure that you go wash out your ink blusher when you finish with the StazOn Studio Glaze, or it will dry hard in the blusher. The Studio Glazes are color matched with the StazOn inks. So I'm going to add some stamping using the Cactus Green in the StazOn MIDI. And I'm just inking up a rubber stamp, and I think you want to pick a nice background stamp for this type of technique. And rather than trying to take my stamp to the bottle, I'm actually going to roll the bottle over the stamp, just applying a nice even pressure. And you can see the image transfers beautifully, and the colors blend perfect. This stamping technique produces a beautiful fragment relic type finish. To add texture and visual interest to the base of the bottle, apply a layer of tacky glue around the base. And then you're going to take thick salt, chunky salt like a natural sea salt or kosher salt, and sprinkle that onto the glue. And you're going to let this dry completely, tap off the excess. And when that's dry, we're going to come back with some more of the StazOn Studio Glaze in gold and paint over that. While that paint is still wet, sprinkle with gold embossing powder and heat set it. That's going to get down in those crevices as well as help hold the salt on the bottle. Now that the base of your bottle is finished, you can decorate the neck. And for this, just look around your studio for ribbons, flowers, and other embellishments that work with your color scheme. I had a resin bird that was not the right color, so I inked it up with the VersaMark ink and heat embossed it with the gold powder to make it fit into the scheme. Thanks for stopping by. For more inspiration, be sure to follow Imagine Crafts on Facebook, Pinterest, and ImagineCrafts.com.